Have you ever wondered if the reality we live in is actually a simulation created by a more advanced civilization? It may sound like something out of a science fiction movie, but philosopher Nick Bostrom has put forward a compelling argument for why this might be the case. Nick Bostrom, a philosopher and professor at the University of Oxford who has put forward a thought-provoking idea known as the simulation hypothesis. The simulation hypothesis suggests that it is more likely than not that we are living in a simulated reality created by a more advanced civilization. Bostrom's argument is based on three premises. The first premise is that at some point in the future, technological advancements will allow us to create simulations of reality that are indistinguishable from the real thing. The second premise is that it is likely that many such simulations will be created, given the vast number of possible simulated worlds that could be created. The third premise is that if we accept the first two premises, then it is more likely that we are living in a simulated reality than in the real reality. To understand this argument, let's consider an example. Imagine that you are playing a video game. In the game, you are a character who interacts with a virtual world that is created by a computer program. From your perspective as the player, the world of the game appears to be real. You can see, hear, and touch the objects in the game world, and you can interact with other characters who seem to have their own thoughts and feelings. However, from the perspective of the computer program that is running the game world is just a simulation. The objects in the game world are just lines of code, and the characters you interact with are just computer-controlled avatars. If the game world were to be shut down, it would cease to exist, and all of the characters and objects within it would disappear. Now, imagine that instead of a video game, you are living in a simulated reality created by an advanced civilization. From your perspective, the world around you seems real. You can see, hear, and touch objects, interact with other people, and experience a wide range of emotions. However, if the simulation were to be shut down, the world you know would cease to exist, and everything within it would disappear. This is the essence of Bostrom's simulation hypothesis. If we accept that it is possible to create realistic simulations of reality, and that it is likely that many such simulations will be created in the future, then it becomes more likely that we are living in a simulation than in the real reality. Of course, this raises many questions and objections. One objection is that even if we are living in a simulation, it is still the only reality we know, and so it is the reality that we must deal with. Another objection is that even if it is more likely than not that we are living in a simulation, we cannot know for certain that we are, and so the hypothesis is ultimately unprovable. Despite these objections, Bostrom's simulation hypothesis has sparked a great deal of interest and debate among philosophers, scientists, and the general public. Some people find the idea fascinating, and it has even been used as a plot device in movies such as The Matrix and The 13th Floor. So what are the implications of the simulation hypothesis, if it is true? One possibility is that our lives and experiences are ultimately meaningless, since they are just part of a computer program. Another possibility is that there may be ways to hack the simulation or communicate with the creators of the simulation. Still another possibility is that the simulation itself is just one layer of a larger, nested series of simulations, in which case the ultimate reality may be even more mysterious and complex than we can imagine. If the simulation hypothesis is true, what does that say about the nature of reality and our place within it? And if we are living in a simulation, what implications does that have for our understanding of consciousness, free will, and the meaning of existence? In conclusion, Nick Bostrom's simulation hypothesis is a fascinating and thought-provoking idea that challenges our assumptions about the reality we live in. Are you actually watching this video? Or was it all just an illusion?